So don't put all your chickens in one basket, right? Today's project is going to be showing you how to make some of these absolutely cute cracked up chickens. And the reason I'm calling them cracked is because I did use some crackle paint on them, and I'm going to show you how to use that. And they just are adorable. They're pretty quick and easy to make. An egg gourd, a half a cork, a bit of quick wood, a little bit of felt, and a pin on the bottom, and I'll leave links to all that below, and crackle paint, but you don't have to do crackle paint, and just lots of bright and pretty colors. These are for a holiday house for Christmas trees, but I suppose they also could be for Easter. So here they are. How cute. Okay, are you ready? Are you sure? Let's go. If you're wondering about the brushes that I use, these are all an assortment. And this is the strangest little thing. This is a star with little points on it. And what this is, I believe you buy some sort of beads and you set it on the little points, and then you bake the thing and it makes some type of an artwork. Let's see, I'll try and leave a link below. It's from Perler, Denmark, made in Denmark. And what some people use these for is they use them to clean their brushes like that. I use it to clean my inexpensive brushes, kind of my throwaway brushes, but my really nice plaid brushes and my Donna Dewberry brushes I don't. This one is a Donna Dewberry one-stroke filbert, and this one is a plaid one-stroke Donna Dewberry flat. So I have a lot of nice brushes like that, and this was a set that I won at a Gourd show, and this is Papillon by the Artist Club, a finish brush. So I do have some nice brushes, and I try not to use these just for general painting, just for general stuff. I just kind of use some El Cheapos, as I would say. But I do love and take very good care of, this is a neat one because it's got little fine bits on it. And this one, the little whiskery one that I used, is no particular name at all, Eagle. But it did the job well of looking like feathers. And the rest of these, one thing that I learned with this project is these little foamy things. I really like these. It didn't soak up as much paint as I thought it would. I thought it would soak up a lot of paint and waste a lot of paint, but it really didn't. And it was easy to switch from color to color. It washed out really quickly. So I'm really pleased with these. I think I might be looking for some more of these, and I probably have some in my drawers that I can pull out. So next is going to be Clear Coat Everybody, and luckily they're on sticks, so that's going to be pretty easy. Good clear coat on everybody, and then it'll be time to do, we're going to want to do eyes. We're going to want to do like a black dot and then a yellow dot, or no, the outside's yellow, so we're going to want to do a yellow dot and then a smaller black dot. So I'll be picking out just the bottom of one of my brushes to use for the dots, and that's just an easy way to set it in the paint. And that'll be, this one probably will be one of them, and this one's kind of flat. This will probably be the inside. Those are probably the two I'll use for that. So I'm going to go outside and spray. I'll be right back, and then we'll be ready to do eyes. Alright, I don't know about you, but when I'm transitioning from one stage to the next, I like to clean everything up. And I'm really fortunate because I've got a glass top on my table, and you can get a little, like a razor blade holder like this, and I just clean up all the paint, clean up a little bit, wash my brushes, dry them really well, sprayed these, let them sit for a while, and now I'm ready to do the eyes if these are dry. And I realized that if I'm going to put a nest underneath, it really didn't matter what the bottoms looked like, but we'll see how that nest part goes, if it actually works. So here they are. At this point, they're just ugly teenagers without any personality because they don't have their eyes yet, but that's coming. And I've got a whole bunch of different colors of felt, and I think rather than the very predictable red, I might go with a hot pink or maybe even a purple. I might make their combs equally goofy. I don't know that I would do blue, although this is a great shade of blue. I should probably stick to something sort of like chickens, like an orange or a yellow, but I am prepared to really make it bright. So that's the plan. I've got everything cleaned up. I've got the yellow and the black ready to go. I take another look, and I believe for my chickens it's yellow on the outside, black on the inside, and then maybe just a dot of white just to give them a little bit of a look. So they're going to start having some personalities here in a minute. Okay, simplest way you can imagine to make perfectly round circles. You take your end of your paintbrush, dip it in, get a little bit of paint on it, and then you just press it there. In this case, I'm going around a little bit like that just to make sure that I get a good eye there. If you have something really flat, this works great. I suppose you could use a Sharpie. That would work too, but you never know how that's going to interact with the spray and everything else. So, gotta keep them balanced. So I'm just doing the black circle, and then next is going to be the yellow circle, and then another black circle. And some of these chickens' eyes, their eyes almost look like the iris goes like this, but most of them look round. But it's black, yellow, black. So this is going to be a 3-step process. So something wonderful that I realized that when I was doing the eyes is because it's cork, you can actually kind of go like this and make a really decent circle. And sometimes it's not filling in on the inside, but that's going to be okay because there's still the yellow and then the other black to go. So you just press there, go around in a circle, you get a absolutely perfect circle. How easy is that? And because it's cork, it's actually easy, even easier than usual. Aren't we lucky? The first was the black circle. Next was a smaller brush for the yellow circle, and it works perfect. They all look absolutely goofy, but the circles are correct. And next is going to be a really small black dot in the middle, so I need to find a brush with an even smaller end on it. Something that has a little bit more of a pointed end. And of course I'm not going to try it on one of these. I'll first test it out on something else. So I'll test it out anywhere, on anything. That one's a little bit too small. Aha, here's one that might work. Nope. Aha, I found a perfect one. Okay, but first I need to dry all the eyes because the yellow part is still wet, and because when you do eyes and you do a dot like that, it's a little bit thicker. So I'm going to have to just dry them a bit before I put the final dot. All right, here we go. I've got the perfect brush. 24 eyes, right? 1. I'm counting wrong. 22, 23 must be because the one that I did twice. There are not 25 eyes. Now at this point, they really look a little bit beady, and they really don't look like cute chickens, okay? But we've got to put the details on so that they will, and that's next. So next I'm going to come up with a little bit of a template for cutting all the combs. I'm going to cut all the combs out together, and I think, I'm not sure the flap that hangs down if I want to actually do 2 or if I just want to do 1. I've got my hot glue gun already plugged in and ready to go because I'm definitely going to be gluing those parts on. Before I glue them on, I need to spray the eyes one more time, just on each one of these, and then yeah, then we can put them together. Aren't they going to be cute? Right now I have to show you how cute they all look in a basket. You know, don't put all your chickens in one basket. But I had to set them up like that so that I could dry them and twirl them around and dry just their eyes with the dryer. And in these I just had to dry and flip over and dry like that. So I'm going to let them sit and kind of cure for a little bit while I cut out the felt parts. Alright, I need to show you. I have cut out 12 sets of whatever you call the bit that's under the chicken's beak, and I'm about to glue those on. Alright, let's see. This is going to be one of those things where you burn your fingers, right? That's way too much. Way too much. Oh, this doesn't really look like it. They should be longer. Maybe longer. But they kind of go like that, so I need to try to kind of scooch them together. I think we'll get the idea once we get going on it. I suppose this is the really fun thing about doing more than one. I get to perfect the technique. So I almost want to squeeze it this way so that there's a bit of a pleat to it, kind of like that. Very little glue on this edge. Yeah, like that. Looking better. Looking better every minute. So I'm kind of attaching and then moving it back and then attaching really quickly so that it has a ripple. Attach and then push. That's not too hard. You just kind of attach the first corner here and then push back. You'll get a nice ripple. Alright, I'm going to do the rest, and then what we need to do next is cut out the top. So all I did for these was I just cut little semicircles. I cut a long strip, and then I cut the strip into pieces, and then I just rounded out the edges. That's all. Alright, here's what you're going to cut out next. Just some little jaggedy, I don't know what you would call this, the thing that goes on top. And these are going to go right like that. And it's okay if they don't go straight, if they kind of go like that, because that's how they go on a chicken anyway. And once we get those on, either they're going to look like parrots with pirate hats on, or they're going to look like chickens. So let's give it a shot. Just the teeniest little bit of glue there, and I'm going to start right here, kind of crumple it so that it, what do you think? Does it look like a chicken or does it look like a toucan? I think once they're on their nests, they're really going to look like chickens. They look like crazy chickens. I'm going to put them all in the same basket. You know how I told you about how sometimes you have to make things look not quite realistic in order for them to look realistic? Here's an example. Which one do you think is most anatomically correct? And which one is cuter? This is the one that's the most correct. This is what a real chicken comb is like, but this one's cuter. And cute sells, whimsy sells. So I'm putting the rest of them on like this, and I might pull this one off. There it is. A basket full of chickens. They're looking pretty cute. Wait till they get on their little nests. Won't they look cute on a tree? I think they'll look cute on a tree. Sitting in their little nests on a tree. Of course, it's the cheerleader effect. When they're all together, they look really, really cute. When you take them separately, they're not quite as cute. But that's the cheerleader effect. The next part I'm going to show you how to do to make this super, super cute and make her look like she is sitting on a little nest. And it's not going to be necessarily a round nest. It's just going to be straw. What you're going to do is you're going to take a bit of straw like that and just tie it with a string in the middle like that. Trim the ends a little bit, and then we're going to tie it on to one of these pins. And then we're also going to put a pretty good amount of glue under there. And that's as easy as it is, and glue it all together. So it's like an alligator clip type of a pin, and that way the little chicken can pin to the tree. So if this was the tree, just pin like that. So a little bit of straw, wrap some string around it, tie it tight, glue it to the pin, glue the pin to the bird, and there we go. Here we go. We've got some waxed thread. I'm just going to gather up a pretty good chunk of straw. Right over left, left over right, makes a good knot, all sturdy and tight. So we'll tie a square knot or 2 or 3. Oh, I've lost the end. Ooh. Oh, that's funny. Where did it go? This string is a perfect match, isn't it? So I'm just trimming off the edges so that it looks correct, and I've lost the end of the string. Okay, amazingly, I could not find the end of the string, so what I'm going to do is just wrap it around. So you have to really think about this, that this is going to have to be on the bottom. So I'm going to pretty generously give it lots of glue so that it sticks. And then I'm going to open it up and wrap the string around and knot it to itself. So I'll just go through again and then go up through the hole. And then I'll do that again around and up through the hole. This linen is so straw colored I could not find it. So pull it tight, trim it off, and it's glued down really, really well. So then the next part is going to be to take one of the chickens and put it on there and glue it down as well also. And you want to think about which side has the jaws on it that open, and which direction does the chicken need to face, so that when somebody clips it to the tree, are they clipping like this and the chicken faces like this, or they clip from behind and the chicken faces like that. Just going to fan the straw out a little bit and make a really good base for the chicken, and that will help everything be more stable. So I want a pretty good amount of glue because I really want the whole thing to be nice and solid. Okay, so I'm going to put the chicken on there, and I'm actually going to turn it upside down and kind of spread the straw out a little bit in a fan so that it does stick out. Sort of like a nest. So there it is, all done. Pretty easy, right? If you don't have straw, I'm sure you could use some pine needle or something like that. I took this out of my chicken's pen. So there we are, 2 so far, several more to go. So there's really nothing to this part. You are simply in that hole that, in that hole that we put in the back right there. You're just going to put a little spot of hot glue, cut some feathers, and stick them in there. And of course, they could be replaced if they ever wore out. So I put yellow. All I had was yellow feathers and black feathers. So I put yellow feathers on everybody who looks like this, and black feathers on anybody who looks like that. Cute, huh? All right, the finishing touch was, of course, their silly tails. These really are sort of looking like Goonie birds, aren't they? But they're just cracked up chickens. They're just crazy, cracky chickens. Look at those crazy chickens. So fun to make. Thanks for joining me in making the cracked up chickens. They came out really cute. I hope yours comes out cute too. I hope you share a picture with me and show me how yours was and what sort of color designs you used. Please click like on the video if you like this one and you'd like to see some more tutorials. and also subscribe so you know when the next one comes out. And if you're able, use any of the links below. I get a very small commission from some of the products. It doesn't raise your price at all, but it just helps me provide this free content for you. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.